Hi everybody, a very good morning to all of you. Today is the D day for all the Indian fans. Today is the day when everything is riding on this game, everything is pinned on this game. If you win, you will create history. For the first time, for the first time in the history of Indian football, we will make it to the third round. But it's not that easy. Probably took me 5 to 7 seconds to say this sentence. Probably if we win, we will go on, we will march on to the third round of the FIFA World Cup qualifier. But saying it is 100 times more easier than actually going out there and doing it. I know we are in a state where definitely we shouldn't have been. We shouldn't have been in this state, probably being in a group where you have Qatar, you can lose out to Qatar in both of the matches, but then you have Kuwait defeating Kuwait at their own backyard, then losing out and getting drawn by Afghanistan, and then coming back and just being skeptical about whether we can actually go past that resilient Qatar side. Simply is not worth it. We shouldn't have been here at the very first place. Probably after those two Qatar games, probably after those two Afghanistan games, we should have already been. We should have already been through to the third round for the first time in the history of our sport. But then it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. But we have to show guts now. We have to show mentality now. The problem with Indian team, the problem with Indian coach is that we are not showing that mentality itself to win. See, winning and losing is a part of the game. You win some, you lose some, but then we have to at least put in the effort. We have to be resilient on the fact that we are actually going out there, we are going all guns blazing to actually go out there and seal those 3 points, to get those 3 points. Kuwait is on 5 points, Afghanistan is on 4, India is on 5 points. Even if India actually draws the game, probably if Kuwait actually wins, or if Afghanistan actually wins, if any of the team wins between the Kuwait and the Afghanistan tie, it would probably mean that India has to simply go out there and get those 3 points against Qatar. Drawing this game, losing is definitely not an option, because the moment you are losing this game, you are ending up on 5. So probably, even if the match gets drawn, the Kuwait versus Afghanistan match, it would mean that probably any of the teams would just go through. Our draw against Qatar would mean that we have to hope that Kuwait and Afghanistan plays out a goalless draw. That probably would be an extremely tough tie. That would be extremely tough for Afghanistan as well, considering the sheer raw talent of the Kuwait team. So we have to keep our hopes pinned on the fact that India will have to go past Qatar at any cost. Qatar is actually playing with a second string side, and to actually defeat this Qatar side, Afghanistan played a goalless draw against this Qatar side. So we have to be very, very wary of the fact that this Qatar side is actually beatable. They are not playing with the first string side. They are not playing with the strongest side. Probably if you just score a goal somehow, and then if you show resilience, if you show grit, if you show true mentality, probably this Qatar side is also defeatable. But then, is India actually thinking that way? Is our coach Igor match actually fielding a side who will be taking the probably taking the game to Qatar, who will be actually making a point, who will actually stand up for India and say that we are here to win no matter what. We will give it our all to actually win it for all the fans out there. See, Indian fans have always supported Indian football, and this is the time where actually Indian football needs to repay the trust and the love of the Indian fans. Indian fans have given it their everything over the years. No matter how much success we have got, no much how much failures we have seen, we have always been loyal to the sport. We have always been loyal to our team. But then this is the moment, this is the game where everything depends on this game. If this game, if we lose this game, if we draw this game, then probably it would be the end of the project. It would be definitely be the end of Igor's team match, and definitely this the growth of Indian football would just go 20 years back. We are actually every day, every single day, we are just going down the cliff. We are just going probably we are just lagging behind every other European team, or even in the Asian giants. Probably somebody like Qatar, Iran, they have grown so much. South Korea, they have grown so much. They were at a state, they were at some point, they were pretty much in our state, but then because of the resilience that they have shown, because of the sheer greed, because of the hunger to win, now see what they are actually doing. So probably we have to show mentality, we have to show that greed, because India can defeat Qatar. India, if they're a bit clinical and if they show that defensive side of their sport as well, probably we can just beat this Qatar side. I am hopeful. So are we. We are all wary of this sheer amount of Qatar quality, but then we are also hopeful of the fact that India would pull off a miracle. India would pull off a victory from the jaws of defeat. Let's just win it for the country. Let's just win it for the nation. Let's just win it for the motherland, because we as fans are extremely super duper supportive of the fact that our team is growing and it will take time, but then somewhat we need to have the results as well. Let's just give it this time for all the fans out there. If you like the video, kindly do like, share and subscribe, and please do comment Jai Hind in today's comment section. Please do comment that, because it's time that each of us come out there and show our love for the sport, show our love for the growth of Indian football. Come on.